As an educator of gifted and talented students, it is not only interesting, but important to know a little bit about what makes our gifted students different. It's easy enough to see empirical evidence like test scores or amazingly creative pieces of art or music, but what really makes these kids different? To understand this, we need to look at their brains. As a teacher, the natural question is, what makes a gifted, talented, and creative student's brain different from any other student's brain? Fortunately for us, there has been a large amount of research in the past 20 years or so, and even more in the past 5 to 10 years, in regards to how these students' brains are different. A 2006 article from the National Institutes of Mental Health showed that the brain development of children with high IQs is significantly different from that of their above average and average peers. Gifted, talented, and creative students have a better working memory and creative intelligence. This is partially because of gifted students' abilities to process information quicker, categorize information, and make multiple connections. The prefrontal cortex of these students is maturing at a more rapid pace. These students are able to process information faster and make these connections because of a larger amount of gray matter in certain areas of the brain. A study done at UC Irvine College of Medicine showed that the size of a person's brain does not matter, but the amount of gray matter in certain regions that are found to be associated with intelligence does impact our abilities. In addition, researchers have determined that the brains of people with higher intelligence tend to be less active but more efficient. While these gifted and talented students might be more efficient, their brains do need time to incubate. This is where teachers tend to get frustrated with these gifted students because they seem to be checked out. But in reality, they are processing. They will be the student who seems to procrastinate, but then hands in an amazing piece of work. They were not procrastinating, they were incubating. Higher cognitive ability does not necessarily mean higher achievement. Students need to have proper motivation. Part of the problem with our gifted students is they will get bored or distracted if they're not properly motivated in class, and we might think they have lower abilities. When considering the creative brain, we need to remember that creativity isn't just about using your imagination. Highly creative people use two parts of their brain, one creative one responsible for imagination and another for attention and memory. Highly creative people are able to use these two parts at the same time. Contrary to popular belief that the right side of our brains control creativity, the creative processes use the whole brain. The creative brain is particularly good at flexibility, activating, and deactivating brain networks. By doing this, they are able to juggle seemingly contradictory modes of thought, cognitive and emotional, deliberate and spontaneous. This allows them to draw on a wide range of strengths, characteristics, and thinking styles in their work. Highly creative individuals are able to make sense of multiple bits of sensory input and turn it all into something amazing. The question of nature versus nurture is often discussed when considering students' abilities. Are they born with it, or can it be taught? Students that are considered gifted, talented, or creative do have the ability to achieve at greater levels, but without proper motivation, these students may not do as well. For gifted students, it might come easier, but in the right environment with proper motivation, many students can achieve at high levels. This is evidenced by the increased number of students that take higher level classes at a high school level, such as AP and IB. I might have to work harder than my gifted friend, but with hard work and motivation, I can do well also. As far as creativity goes, some people are just born with greater abilities of creative thought and artistic abilities. They are better able to seek ideas outside the box. With practice, the general population can be creative, but as far as artistic creativity goes, some of us are born with it. The best we can do as educators is to create a classroom environment that fosters risk-taking and encourages seeking multiple answers to challenges. Students need a safe zone to find their gifts and talents.